Good morning, sophomores. Might not be the morning as you're viewing this, but it's the morning for me. Your bell ringer for today, Tuesday, October 13th. Make sure that you continue to do these on a single sheet of paper or a single document, and make sure that you label them at the top, bell ringers, and you label them by date, Tuesday, 10/13. Okay, the first one. I'm trying to get the whole sentence here for your view. For Halloween, my boyfriend Thor decided to dress up as a dainty, delicate princess. Okay, first of all, you might have noticed that Halloween is spelled wrong. Halloween should have an A here. Also, we're starting our sentence off with a prepositional phrase. So we need to add a comma after Halloween. You might not know what this is called, but my boyfriend Thor, this is a, this is a positive when you have a noun that's describing the noun before it. So it has commas around it. Boyfriend Thor decided to dress up as a dainty, delicate princess. We have two adjectives used together. When you have two or more adjectives used together, you also put a comma to separate them between them. Okay? Our next one. On Saturday night, some teenagers in my neighborhood dressed up as vampires and ghouls, wrote some funny songs, and went Halloween-style caroling. It's a little bit unusual, right? I'm used to Christmas caroling, but not Halloween caroling. Anyways, we aren't judging the sentence by content, we're judging it by grammar. So let's go ahead and change the grammar. On Saturday night, we have a sentence starting out with a prepositional phrase. So we're going to put a comma here. Neighborhood is not spelled with an E in the middle, it's spelled with an O. So we're going to correct that. What we have here is some parallelism. Parallelism is when you have a grouping of verbs or phrases with commas. My honors classes know it as a magic three, when three nouns or three verbs or three phrases are used together. The teenagers dressed, wrote, and went. So what we need here are commas to divide up these magic three or these groupings of phrases. So we need a comma here. Okay, some teenagers in my neighborhood dressed up as vampires and ghouls, comma, wrote some funny songs, comma, and went Halloween-style caroling. So we have to keep everything in the same verb tense. It's all past tense. Dressed, wrote, and went. It is now consistent verb tense. Halloween-style caroling. We have a two-worded adjective here. So we're going to put a hyphen between it. And we're going to put a period at the end of the sentence. We use this comma at the end here. It's what we call the Oxford comma. That's when you have a series of three or more items used in a row. Okay, so tune in tomorrow, Wednesday morning, for Bellringer 2, and do this every morning to get your bell ringers from here on out. And as you can see, it takes less than 5 minutes. Thank you. Good morning, sophomores. It is Wednesday, October 14th. This is bell ringer number 18. You should be keeping this on the same sheet of paper as yesterday's bell ringer, number 17 from Tuesday. And the instructions. Read the following definitions and sentences. On the next slide, fill in, write, well, you will be writing or typing the correct words. We have apart with a space between them versus apart, one single word. The phrase apart means a piece. What we thought was a log turned out to be a part of the old tree house. Apart is a synonym for separated. The jeans came apart in the wash. So a part, this is a noun. The jeans came apart in the wash. This apart is an adverb. Decide whether there should be a space between a and part in each sentence below. Is this thing a part of your computer? So let's remember that if we have a space between them, this one means a piece. If we don't have a space between them, it means separated. Is this thing a part of your computer? Is this thing a piece of your computer? So we do need a space between it. We're wanting the noun for A. B, why must we ever be apart, my dear? Why must we ever be separated, my dear? We want no space between it because we want the definition separated. C, Trey's skill at public speaking set him apart from the others. Set him, we're talking about him being separated from the others. So we don't want a space between the A and the P. The twins were glad that Phil was becoming a part of the family, was becoming a piece of the family. That one is already correct. Stay tuned for tomorrow when we go over bell ringer number 19 for Thursday. Good morning, boys and girls. It is Thursday, October 15th. This is your bell ringer number 19. 4 points, okay? Editing the first sentence is 2 points, and editing your second sentence is 2 points. As you can see, I got a head start. Number 1, the Gallegos twins visited Yellowstone National Park with their family last summer. They had to wait nearly 90 minutes to see Old Faithful erupt. This one has several mistakes in capitalization. So I went ahead and got a start with those errors. You always capitalize the first word of a sentence. Gallegos is a proper noun, the name of the twins. Yellowstone National Park is the proper name of a park, so we capitalize Yellowstone National and Park. And Old Faithful. National landmarks are also capitalized. At this time, we have a run-on sentence. We need to determine where the pause should be, and I naturally paused where it should be, which is after summer. There, is a location, but we want there the pronoun. So T-H-E-I-R. I forgot a capitalization, the beginning word of our new sentence, they. 90, if you are over a certain number. At the time I'm making this video, I'm not sure what that number is. I'll have to check up on that, but when we're over a certain number, we can write the numerical instead of the spelling of the number. Okay, and that finishes our Bellringer number 1. And now we have Bellringer number 2 for today. My dependable car, who has taken me over 120,000 miles, still has a smooth purring engine. Dependable is spelled wrong. This I should be an A. Who is for a person, but car is not a person, it's a thing. So we're going to replace who with which. Which has taken me over 120,000 miles. This phrase is extra information. We don't need it to make sense of the sentence. We could simply say, my dependable car still has a smooth purring engine. It's non-essential. Since it is non-essential, it's extra information to add detail to the sentence. We put commas around it. It's a non-essential phrase. Smooth and purring, 2 adjectives used together to describe the noun engine. Since we have 2 adjectives used in a row, we separate those 2 adjectives with commas. This one is tricky, so pay attention to over, which has taken me over 120,000 miles. We use more than for things that can be counted. We can count miles. We use over for spatial relationships. Okay, so since we can count miles, we're going to use more than. And that takes care of our Bellringer for Thursday. Good morning. Happy Friday. You have made it through the week. Very proud of you. It is Friday, October 16th. This is your final Bellringer, and it is a paragraph journal. To get your full 6 points, it must be paragraph length. That gives you your 5 points, and to use a transition word and circle it, that gives you the 1 point to make it a 6-point journal. What is occurring in the image? Be creative. Write at least 4 sentences. Use one of the transition words below in your journal and circle it. The transition words you have to choose from today are as can be seen, in fact, in essence, usually, or all in all. So use one of these, and here's your picture. So in this picture, there seems to be a variety of different adults standing on a city street. Several of them are looking up in the sky and covering their eyes. They're blinded by the sun. So in your journal, why are they blinded by the sun? Were they inside too long? Is the sun particularly bright for a reason? Why is the guy in front not covering his eyes? Maybe your journal will be focused on him. Why is the sun not bothering this guy? What makes him different from the rest? It can be a science fiction journal. It can be a normal plain journal. It's completely up to you. I like the creative ones though. This is English class. So you decide. There's some other things to perhaps look at in this picture. There's the number 16 in the background. There's a word, how. Of course, the man's face here is covering up the rest of the print in the background, but you might want to zoom in or emphasize the how and the 16, make some significance out of that in your creative journal. It's completely up to you. But why are these people looking up in the sky? Why is this man not bothered? You could describe these people's emotions. It could be related to the pandemic. It might be related to some type of, I'm not sure, aliens or some kind of end of the world apocalyptic universe. It's completely up to you. Make sure you use one of these transition words and you circle it. I can give you more clues on what to write about, but then I would be writing your journal. And you are in charge of that. All right. Make sure you turn in your bell ringers before midnight on Friday. Thank you.